Well, a lovely Friday morning, pardon me, in North Bay, Ontario, Canada, as we are playing the Ford World Women's Curling Championship. The water's flowing, some frozen water on the side of the creek flowing into Lake Nipissing, just fully frozen over here. Hasn't quite thawed to get into spring and summertime. I do know the ice will be frozen at the North Bay Memorial Gardens as it hosts the Ford World Women's Curling Championship. Luke Coley here with Rona Howie as we have 1 day of round robin play left. Playoff teams to be set. We know a few things. We'll get through that as we go through here. Our feature game in session 18 of 20 round robin sessions to determine the 6 teams to play and have a chance at the world title. Our feature game B on sheet A. It's Canada against Japan. Japan still playoff hopes alive. Canada needs to get a win and they'll clinch the top spot overall. Let's meet the teams here. The lineup for Japan here in this session. Lead Arisa Kotani. Their second, Mayo Ishigaki. The third, Yuna Kotani. And the skip of this Japanese team, Tori Kawana. They will take on Team Canada with their lead, Dawn McEwen. Getting into play today, Shannon Burchard at the second position. Third, Caitlin Laws. And the team skipped by Jennifer Jones in her 6th trip to a World Championship. There's the standings. 3 teams into the playoffs. Canada and Sweden know they're straight to the semifinals. Korea, then Russia 6-4 along with the U.S. Czech Republic holds that pivotal spot at 5-5. China, Japan, Switzerland all alive at 4-6. Denmark, Scotland at 3-7 are eliminated along with Germany and Italy on just 2 wins here so far. As we look at all the other games, Canada 10-0 takes on Japan, our feature game on sheet A. Sheet B, Switzerland needs to win out, get some help against Germany. While Denmark and China play on sheet C. China, same thing, need to win a couple games. And wrapping it up, USA, Czech Republic on sheet D. And we'll get a look at the teams here on this Canadian side and bring in good morning, Rona, as we have Canada, Japan. Canada knows what they need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been so solid all week. So they'll just be focusing on winning this game.
Well, they changed up their lineup. We've seen Shannon Burchard, their alternate, be into a couple of games so far this week. Later in the game, after being up after 5. Here she's starting, Jill Officer on the bench for this one. Most likely tonight as well, as they just need to win one of 2 in order to clinch that top spot. Seem very relaxed, very comfortable right now with everything. And Japan, they've mixed up their lineup throughout, but this is 2 straight games now where we've seen the lineup that won the Japanese championship.
Yeah, and J.D. Lund's been experimenting in a way with the lineup. He decided it before the tournament started who would play what game, so they all knew in advance. But I think it was just a mix of experience and just trialing positions. So, you know, they've stuck with this team now, I think, probably to see out the championships.
Well, all 4 sheets in play again. We'll keep you up to date with all of them as we play through. Japan needs to win out, get some help. Something that Canada won't be familiar with is just the second time this week where they won't start with the hammer. They had a good first draw shot challenge, and then the second one finished top 8 foot short. So Japan will start with the hammer. That might be a big factor. Well, Jen checking in with some of the fans right next to the sheet. Have just a few seats right beside the sheet of ice as we are on sheet A.
Yeah, they're very close, aren't they?
See her in practice, able to get in there as Dawn McEwen starts things off. The 37-year-old lead. Of course, was a member of that 2008 World Championship winning team.
Looks heavy. Just here. Really close. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. 15-2. Okay. Nice shot. Okay. こっち曲がるから気をつけて。14前半。
Well, 20 years between the age of the leads. Arisa Kotani is also the vice skip of this team. Just a little touch of that top one slides off the front. Oh, hit, roll underneath for Dawn McEwen. Canadian side been very good with last stone and very good without it in getting forces. They've known when to take their risks and take their chances. I'm sure Japanese side want to play a consistent game. We'll see how the nerves are for Kawana, of course, in a crowd taking on the home country. Probably nice for them that they're playing this later in the week as opposed to not one of their first couple games.
Yeah, they're such a young, inexperienced team coming into World Championships. If they'd met Canada and the crowds early on, it might have been a bit daunting for them.
They've done fairly well and been pretty comfortable in the spotlight. Of course, curling growing in popularity, continuing to grow as we see Shannon Burchard, who had to come on and join this Jennifer Jones team at the Canadian Championship, with Caitlin Laws going to the Olympic Winter Games and qualifying as part of the mixed doubles team that they went on to win. She stepped in, played third, hadn't ever played with the team, hadn't even gone as an alternate to any event with them. Comes in and fit right in and was a second team All-Star at the Canadian Championship. Just meshed instantly.
Yeah, that was great dynamic as well. She'd never, as you say, played in the team, but just that dynamic. It's a vice skip position with Jennifer Jones, such an experienced skip. They really did get on well.
Well, the run back, Mao Ishigaki gets rid of 2 of those yellows. Canada line 1. And
obviously Jill Officer saying, you know, she's going to step back and happy to be 5th player in the future, but she's on the bench this morning, so maybe after she sits there she'll change her mind.
Well, Shannon Burchard, a similar type release, sort of sets it opposite of the rotation she's putting on as she delivers it with the tuck delivery. This often referred to the province that they come out of Manitoba tuck up on the toe. Well, they wanted to plug the hole. I don't know if they did. I think there might be a hole.
There is a slight hole there, enough for a stone to go through anyway.
Well, that's what Mao Ishigaki looking to play. Well, but won't. It'll crash on the front. They do chip that one in.
That's a good result.
I don't think we really want to roll it there.
We look at the rules of play. 6 ends minimum, 38 minutes of thinking time, and 1 60-second timeout.
Those is probably easier. Here. How much? Sorry? 9.5? 10. It looks like. 10? Yeah. 10. I'll make sure. Yeah.
Well, they want to roll across the face the other side. Here now, playing not as much to get the steal, but for a force. 29-year-old Caitlin, a two-time Olympic gold medalist, winning in 2014 with this team and 2018 in the mixed doubles discipline. They don't seem to have really missed a beat with her missing the Canadian Championship and stepping right back into this team.
No, it's all been quite a seamless process. Because it was obviously fairly last minute that Caitlin and Johnny Morris did qualify for the mixed doubles. It wasn't something they've been practicing for a while, and all of a sudden they did qualify. So to suddenly get a sub to play the whole trials, and then Caitlin just slipped back in. She maybe feared that her place was up for jeopardy if she had missed a whole week. She might not get back in.
It's a little tighter
Well,
pass, but
hit, roll out, and now look to draw another one in behind. And it wasn't that long. Early December was the Canadian team trials for the Olympics. Jennifer Jones and her team lost out, weren't able to. Rachel Holman was the Olympic team for Canada. So then after they won, that forced John Morris to bring Caitlin aboard. So she had a month to prepare to play the trials with John Morris for mixed doubles. She won that early January. And then that gave a month for Jennifer Jones and her team to realize they needed to find a new third for the Canadian Championship. And I don't know, each one's pretty special for Jennifer Jones, but winning that with a brand new player, a player you haven't played with. Now playing in her 6th World Championship.
Yeah, but I think for Shannon coming in, how daunting coming into such an established, successful team to walk in and play third.
Yeah, and I read in one of her quotes about it, the best part about coming in for Shannon was the fact that Jennifer said, I want your opinion. I want you to step in and be comfortable. I don't want you to be intimidating. And it can be. You're playing with a at that point, a 5-time Canadian champ, a world champ, Olympic gold medalist, and you're replacing Caitlin Law as one of the best in the country and in the world at that spot. What a nice freeze by Una Katani. Now Jennifer has to draw in.
it's a tight guard, I think. 14.05.
Real good angle on that one for Una Katani.
I think her, like, theirs came down in the house too. It looks heavy in that.
Speak of a tough spot, don't want to be intimidated if you're this Japanese team as well, coming up against Jennifer Jones. On paper, a mismatch in this game as far as experience and medals. Jennifer's got a few of them. 3 World Championship medals and an Olympic medal.
Just want to guard that path in. Done that very nicely.
Now Tori Koana, how do you try and get in there? You want to try and score here in the first end with the hammer. Are they looking at that yellow double or just draw in? Must be that trying to play that double of those 2 yellow stones. Playing the intern at it.
Well, she's off. No,
Well.
she's playing the out turn. I don't know if she's trying to just clear the double guards at the front.
Well, look at that. That worked out really well for Japan. They touched that side one. I stand corrected. They don't quite get it out. They open up the forefoot, though.
Yeah, I really do.
Give her that back one, I guess so, eh? Okay. I think that ice is close. We are there, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you need much.
Just
more.
reflected off that top yellow.
Almost got both the yellows. Well, they wouldn't have moved those stones in the forefoot if it doesn't touch that side yellow.
And she's actually left a bit of a plant on the reds if she needed it for the next one. Certainly open things up.
Well, that's why you see Jennifer now go with the intern for Team Canada. Wrap one around because those 2 reds are lined up if she played the out turn. Well, here's the difference, though, that we may have to watch with this Canadian side is a different player sweeping. She hasn't seen as many stones on the ice. Obviously been practicing every night.
And Jennifer's not used to her sweeping her stones because when she played in the trials, she was third.
Well, look at that.
Perfect.
And Shannon Burchard skipped her own team. She's not used to sweeping regularly as well. Doesn't seem to make a difference there at that point. Look at it. Burchard on the left, McEwen on the right.
Yeah, because Jill Officer and Dawn McEwen have worked together as a front end for a long, long time. Very successful front end sweepers. Can just judge the stone to perfection.
So final stone here, Tori Kawana, 22-year-old skip. Getting a little bit of a flop, facing 3 in this first end. Try and hit, roll to the button, and will just nose it. And that'll be a steal in the first for Canada. Able to get a quick jump start here in this feature game. We're in session 18. The Ford World Women's Curling Championship.
やっぱ今まっすぐだったんでしょ。まっすぐだとまっすぐけど。
So we start the second end the same way we started the first. Dawn McEwen and Team Canada, after they steal one in first end, Great draw by Jennifer Jones, forced a hit and roll, but didn't quite roll in.
Yeah, it's really curling. We're quarter guard. In's fine. Actually, it's holding. You're holding. Sweep for tight. Looked like it was just going sideways. That's good, Shannon. We're losing line. Okay, good.
I think you can hit hers there. They just came on right now.
Well, Arisa Kotani, that center line guard starting it out. Gonna try and change up their strategy, put the corner guard up this time.
And this is where, against a team like Canada, their stone positioning is critical. They need to have guards in the right place so they can use them. I want this up about the Ford logo. Otherwise, it's too long a guard and Canada can come round, tap back. So we really need to get their stone positioning as accurate as they can in this game.
Little bit, yep. Line's fine. Kiwi's on there. Top line. Line's good. Line's tight. T-line. Okay, line's holding. It must be heavy. Line's holding. It must be heavy. Line's real good, but you're going to have to finish this, Caitlin. You got to finish it. You got to cross center. I don't want to give her a hit and roll. I don't care if you're behind the key line. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Good.
I can hear Jennifer saying there, I don't want to leave her the hit and roll. She's not bothered if it came back to you, just trying to bury it behind the guard. But it's perfect there, behind cover and top tee.
Well, forces play back to the center. So Arisa Kotani. Getting a lot of curl here this morning. That one comes down, actually crosses the inside of it.
Shannon just trying to come into half check the red, just a wee bit short, but not a bad result there.
See the Japanese team coach Yuji Nishimuro.
He looks happy this morning.
Yeah, he's up. He's at the World Curling Championship with a very energetic group of girls on this Japanese curling team. They are entertaining to watch. Fun to watch, a lot of smiles out there from these Japanese girls. Won't be the fan favorites this morning, but they definitely won over some of the crowd here.
Oh, very unlucky there.
Well, more smiles on the bench as Wendy Morgan just arrived yesterday. Was hoping that she didn't break the unbeaten record for Canada in her first game. The tough-fought game against Russia that they won. The first one she was here for. Ishigaki actually touches their own, pushes it behind, so chance here to get a real good look at that release for Shannon Burchard. Well, we'll check in Denmark and China. China without the hammer in this first end and needing to win. Well, Angelina Jensen and her Denmark team really trying to play spoiler here, have some fun the last few games. Trying to hit, get a little roll, and we'll bring those other ones into play with that hit and score 3 against China in the first end, so a great start for Denmark. Angelina wasn't planning to be throwing 4 stones till just before this event. We'll get to that right away, but we'll keep updating Germany and Switzerland. Binia Felcher still chance at the playoffs at 4 and 6. They have to win out. The 2-time world champ. One of the last 2 even years, 2014, 2016, 2018. They're back again and has the draw against multiple German stones. And this one, perfect. Being able to get in there. Switzerland score 1 in that first end. Just with that Denmark team, and Angelina was planning to still throw seconds. That the regular 4th stone thrower had a family emergency, so wasn't able to come, so they had to change up their lineup. And all things considered, Angelina, it's been 8 years since she's been to a Worlds, and now she's here and she's throwing skip stones for the first time, and she wasn't planning to.
Yeah, because many championships she's always skipped but played second, and that's where she was comfortable. So all of a sudden to come back 8 years later and then have to throw last stones can be pretty daunting for her. But you know, she's done remarkably well. And the games that she has lost have been quite close as well. She's been fighting hard in every game.
See JD Lind, who has worked primarily with the Satsuki Fujisawa team in Japan, but the national team coach helped guide that team to a bronze medal as he's trying to hide away from the cameras. He's been working with them as they tighten this stone. It was a technical timeout. It was a loose handle for Caitlin Laws. But JD Lind, this is the first extensive time he's worked with this Japanese team. Wasn't totally sure what exactly he was going to get.
Yeah, because a lot of this year his time has been spent with the Olympic team.
She said 10, but I'm going to make
and Tori Koana, you know, has stepped up. She normally skipped but didn't play last stone, so this week she's had to play last stones, which is new for her as well. So I think having JD Lind and the experience he's got has been a great help to this young team.
Oh, roll out to the side, live 4.
So Canada set up really well here. Japan need to open the front. They've got last stone. Oh, just tries to split that one off the 1 foot. Just moves it to the side and does leave it guarded.
Does open up a little bit of the button. Canada still lying multiple and will guard it up again.
Which turn do you like? Doesn't matter. I know this one better.
See, when a skip says which turn do you like, and the player says, doesn't matter, I'll do either.
It's always easier when you're throwing a guard to, I'll throw the in turn, I'll throw the out turn. For Caitlin, the right-handed thrower, this being her in turn or a clockwise rotation.
Clean it, Shannon, clean. 4 feet. Okay, you need to finish. Dawn Stone, get off, Shannon. Whoa, it's too tight. Yeah, it's too tight. No. Okay, good. Good job.
Well, they wanted to guard up that one.
Good, that went a long way.
Yeah, Japan would ideally like to lift both these guards, or the guard and the one top 12 off here. Open things up. Just like that. Perfect.
And clears the front. Canada still lying multiple, but now have both turns to get at that one side of the 4 foot.
Make her make the freeze shot. She's got to move it like a tight guard on center line side. Because there's no double.
A couple of good clearing shots from Yuna Katani.
Really want to be top 12 and give her a kicker. Got it.
You guys like this? Like tight guard?
I like it, yeah.
There's no real double. Maybe I could hit that other one, but
I like the guard.
no. Caitlin's slid good, eh?
Yeah, it's a nice spot here.
And that'll be the talk on the Canadian side of spot. Which path are they in? If it's a path they've thrown.
Weight's nice.
That's heavy, I
4 feet.
Line's good.
4 feet.
Line's good. It's got a curl, guys.
Easy, just clean it.
Line's good.
Just clean.
Clean
Nice
it.
and tight. Tight. 4 feet. Yep.
They're needing to pull this one down, needs to curl.
Okay, easy, easy. Just
Whoa,
clean.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice job. The hair less than Caitlin's, I thought.
Well, may leave a little bit on that outturn side open.
Yeah, good spot.
Good, yeah.
Just enough to give a little chance here for Tori Kawana.
I know. It's not bad.
No, it's good. At least it protects her from rolling closer to
今
ours.
新メニューをしたい。OK。任
Yeah,
せて。
you can see quite a bit of that.
もういい？いや、意外と
And the way that this ice is curling, she could actually, if she comes in at
早く投げちゃった。
quite a gentle weight, she could
36
get to the inside.
36 OK。
Tori Kawana's outturn with her reverse handle.
いや、バックライン。ちょっとギリギリバックライン。ギリバックライン、10。ちょっとギリバックラインだよ。合ってる？
Tori, just 22.
Yes, 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 yes.
First World Championship.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
yes, yes, yes.
crashes on the front, unable to get by.
モンさん、モンさん、モンさん、最後。
Want to try to see if they spin in, and that'll change the call for Canada if it rolls in, but it's third shot.
That's perfect.
They didn't jump on that for the sweeping. They were quite happy with the line, and then all of a sudden
Okay,
it
I
took
did
off.
Here, and I thought she threw it quite well, but I was giving Dawn there for Dawn to back.
Yeah, Dawn's been starting a little slower. I think it'll get her finished more.
No, I know, but I'm thinking I need here if I want it. Shannon would have crossed it.
Yeah.
It's like fighting eight, yeah.
It's kind of in between that ice.
I like there.
There's more ice too, so I think it'll be probably heavier.
Jennifer Jones can really close the door here. Japan would find it very difficult
Guard's fine.
to get in for shot if they can guard this.
If we can, like, kind of just full 8 would be awesome right in front of it.
I thought the speed was, I'm out wider than you, Shannon.
Yeah, it's going to be a little.
Hair heavier?
I think so, yeah.
Couple too heavier. But close, eh? Yeah.
Well, Jennifer threw a guard on her first. Trying to draw in,
12 foot.
be a guard, but also get into lie 3, put the pressure on Japan.
Line's great. All you. Line's great. Easy. Needs to finish. It needs to finish.
Canada hasn't stolen a lot of ends.
No.
This one's just hanging out a bit.
Sit.
As she left a nose.
I think you can have to make the double.
大丈夫かな？内側に向かないとワン取れないわ。
To stay. It's a tough double to stay.
Jennifer wanted to be 8 foot there,
Pretty good.
but it just didn't finish at the end for her. It ran quite straight.
They thought it would really go because they were talking about a couple earlier
後ろダブルになれば。
in the end.
あんまり薄いとね、ダメか。
So final stone here. Got to make the double. Well, get one, get the second, spin it out, roll it out, score your one. Very nice. Tori Kawana
Great shot.
made that look easy. Hard fought one, and we are all square after this double takeout. Gets rid of the yellows, sticks the shooter. Great shot, and the Japanese skip.
いやちょっと上と上がると思ってちょっと詰めたんでね、自分でちょっと自分が死ぬ。
I guess got a drop for that. Cool. Anyway. All right.
Got her too.
Yeah, I think we go corner here.
Well, the North Bay Memorial Gardens playing host to the Ford World Women's Curling Championship. Luke Coley, Rona Howie with you here this morning. Or afternoon, evening, depending where you are around the globe. Thanks for tuning in and hopefully entertained so far the first couple ends. Start with a tight centerline guard. A 1-1 game.
Gotta go, Shannon, go! Go, go, go! Hard! Hard to rub it, go! Go, go, go! Okay. Sorry.
I was trying to go
guard.
Yeah, just a little bit down as we'll take a look around, see the other games. USA, Czech Republic. USA 6-4, Czech Republic 5-5. Opportunity here. Jamie Sinclair, the last stone of the second. Looking to try and get an early two. Hit and stick, bring that back one into play. And it's a deuce for Team USA to lead the Czech Republic after 2 ends of play. Meanwhile, final stone here, Daniela Jentsch. Won't be in the playoffs, but trying to finish strong. We'll get a couple wins, play spoiler. A win would knock Switzerland out of the playoffs, or any talk of it. She's got a wide double. She can bring a few into play here. And we'll just push the one out the side. Do they bring the 2 reds into play? They will, so it's going to be a 2 for Germany. Nicely done. Got off to a great start yesterday against Team USA, but struggled to finish it off. And to round out the other 3 games, Denmark and China. It's Denmark getting 3 in the first. Now, Zhang Yilun, opportunity to try and tie things up herself with 3 right back in the second. And they have backing. They can draw to their own. Of course, China still chance at a possible playoff berth with 6 losses coming in 4-6. Nothing like draw to the forefoot for a 3rd point. So there's a look of all 4 games out on the ice.
Yep, last day of round robin, everything's getting tense. Games are very close. a lot to play for today.
Well, it's a little different now. We play the third, and Canada has the hammer for the first time.
Japan have got one in the forefoot, so quite happy just to guard it up. But that guard just over curled, allows Canada now chances to raise their own yellow.
Well, they flirted with the front one. Shannon Burchard, they haven't missed a beat without Jill Officer in the lineup. Rolls it, sticks them both away from those guards. Look at this.
Great result. Moves everything away to the side, which is what they want when they've got last stone. And removes the shot out the forefoot.
Ishigaki trying to play the double back. If you don't make it, the roll's a pretty good option. Well, there's the hit, the roll. And it'll come out the other side.
It's really unlucky there, it just spun out at the end. Canada will be able to see enough to tap it through. No touching of this at the moment.
Okay, yeah, Dawn, yep. No, too late.
Well, got to that quite easily. It looked a little more difficult than that one there for Shannon Burchard. They're rolling away now just that little bit. It's a short roll. You got about 2.5 rock widths to try and roll behind for Yuna Katani.
Yeah, they want to get the roll first here. Just going to hit it on the nose. That was a great opportunity for them to roll in and lie short, guarded.
It's a little wider than you, Dawn.
Canada know that they need to get in here first.
Well, Canada's still lying one. It's not shot stone on the side without getting the roll for Japan, so they don't want to nose it back, allow Japan to play that.
It's Shannon's roll! Whoa! Off! No! Shannon, you're going to have to go on this. You got to bury this, Shannon. Get it to the center line. Go!
Trying to bury this as far as they can. Again, it's taking a long time to start drawing there.
But when it goes, it certainly goes to get in there. Shannon Burchard doing some work. Of course, she'll be used to, she's not the member that's going to replace Jill Officer next year. That'll be Jocelyn Peterman, Chelsea Carey team who played at the Worlds in 2016 for Team Canada. Shannon's going to go play second on a different team, out of the same province as this Jennifer Jones rink. So be competitors come next season. Look at that, they crossed the face of it.
That was a really good attempt. It's a difficult one now. You know, Caitlin Laws, she said, just won an Olympic gold medal in mixed doubles. And you wonder, with it being such a popular Olympic medal sport for the first time, what are countries going to do? Are they going to say to the players they have to make a choice? You either play mixed doubles or you play the team game? Because I think there's going to be more and more mixed doubles competitions become on the tour throughout the year.
Oh, nice angle on that, Stone. That's a decision for a lot of associations that they'll have to make is, do you want your players splitting their time, or I think some countries they'll allow play both, and some, as in Canada, once the Kevin Cooey and the Rachel Homan teams won their respective men's and women's trials, they weren't allowed to compete in the mixed doubles, and that's why Caitlin joined John Morris's team. It was going to be Rachel Homan playing with them until they won their right to go. But we're seeing more and more of the high-end players playing at World Championships now playing in the mixed doubles across numerous different countries.
Yeah, because some countries are saying, you know, they need to practice the mixed doubles discipline because it's different with stones in play to start. It's, you know, one of you's throwing 2 stones, one's throwing 3. It's different rules, so you need to focus on that. But there's Caitlin and John come in having only played it for a month, and they, you know, they win gold. So I think there's an argument both ways.
Well, and this is the third end and skip stones for Tori Kawana. The angles lined up well for Canada on those stones in the 4-foot, but they'll try and leave themselves room for a second point.
Yeah, Japan would be quite happy to force one here.
The overlap actually is real nice because it makes the run back a little trickier.
You might get lucky on this one. No, I don't think so.
Might drag a hair, but you're running like half a rock, basically.
Jennifer Jones knows that it's very difficult for her to get in for 2 here. And by her opening it up, it doesn't cause her any problems because their stones are sitting so well in the 4-foot. Japan can't do anything with them.
Solve that problem.
Well, this first of skip stones. As we talked about, Canada's been good with the hammer in this entire competition. Second best at scoring multiple points with the hammer. Try and clear the front. Opens all 3 of those tight guards up. Still Canada lying 1.
Guarded that.
Playing the hitter, angles don't seem to line up here.
No, Japan need to be quite careful. She must think that both these yellows can go, but to be honest, their own red's going to go, and she could leave the back yellow and give Canada an easier shot for 2.
Oh, I have to be very careful with this one. Now that was the worry, that if you don't hit that now, that brings a 3.
Nice hits. Yeah, I almost think I'd like a solid 10.
Second and third for Canada, nose hit now, and
I don't know if the red's
they can
gone
see
behind the guard or not.
It looks like it is open. I was worried. I didn't think the angles lined up good enough to play a hit if I was Japan.
No, if they put up another guard, Canada had a really tough shot to get their 2. Whereas now this is a lot easier for Jennifer Jones. Just a nose hit for 3. So that's really come out of nothing. But I don't know whether Japan were even just trying to get a better roll with their shooter. I'm not sure, because the angles weren't good for hitting.
Yep.
But a 3 has come out of nowhere.
Yeah, it looked like a 2 was a possibility throughout the end, but not the 3 that Jennifer Jones and Canada will get with that nose hit. 3 for the Canadian side. Break this one open. That's their 8th 3 score this week. Another effective use of the hammer. Canada with a 4-1 lead. Welcome back here at North Bay Memorial Gardens. Luke Coley, Rona Howie with you for the 18th session. Canada versus Japan. Canada strikes with that 3. We talked about it. Can question the call. It was the decision, may not have hit it where they wanted to, and didn't execute and left a chance. And capitalization by Canada to score that 3.
And that's where, for Japan, you know, this young team, to be able to play against an experienced team like Canada, they'll be learning from everything that's happening this week. But certainly from this game, it'll be a big learning curve, the tactical side of the game.
Well, and it's placement of those guards. You get one out in front, but it's not a position that can be all that useful to them.
That's just kind of reviewing the game afterwards with video analysis. You know, they could look at that and say, well, if you'd put up a guard, how were Canada going to get 2? And that's just, you know, a big learning curve and experience. They're young, they're enthusiastic. They probably just thought, we want to lie short rather than actually.
Slide over United States against Czech Republic. Anna Kubiskova. Chance to draw in, get 2 back. Big game for both these teams. Czech Republic at 5-5, USA 6-4. Right now, those would be the 5 and 6 seeds into the playoffs. If they started right now, they'll tie it up. but for the Czech Republic, a loss there in one of their last 2 games brings 6 losses into play, but a win here, then the U.S. potential for 6 losses is still available for some of these teams, and teams looking like this Japanese team at 4-6, China at 4-6, and Switzerland at 4-6. They need some help. They also need to win, and then there's so many scenarios because there's no tiebreakers. It comes down to head-to-head, draw shot challenge records. So you see Shannon Burchard, 86%. We'll get the peel of that guard.
Yeah, and USA have got Canada left to play, so they really want to chop a win here against Czech Republic.
Well, Canada 10-0 record. Last year, the Canadian team won the World Championship. That was Rachel Homan. It's been 10 years since Jennifer won a World Championship. She's trying to win her 2nd. And they're running a 23-game win streak for the Canadian side at the Women's World Championship. Last win was, or pardon me, their last loss was 2 years ago in the bronze medal game by Chelsea Carey to Anna Sidorova and Russia. Well, trying to use those stones in the house. Little tap back.
That guard's really not in play. It didn't cover much in the house.
You want to get rid of this guard? Even if we hit swap, yeah. Sure. This is pretty. It's like 3/4. Okay. Even if we just roll in, or hit roll, it's going to. Heel. Big thick half is good too.
That's where Jill Officer would come into her fort.
Well, right through the hole. Doesn't disturb anything in the house.
It's a big ask for Burchard to come in and fill Jill Officer's shoes. She's been playing so well all week, Jill.
And I know they had talked about making sure Shannon did get into a few games this week because she was a major part of them getting to this stage. Obviously, this Jennifer Jones team has been together, the lineup that they have for 8 years. Of course, Jennifer and Jill go back even longer than that, back into their junior days. Jill's not using the word retirement, but using the word stepping back from the game. Still be a part of the team, but not playing as bringing a new player next year. Japan trying to bring one in, but I think that'll be a pretty simple double kill.
Yeah, they couldn't have really left it in a worse place. They're unlucky because the line was good. If they'd a bit more weight, it would have been buried.
Really thin? It's either that, you want to... This might be better.
Okay.
I think this comes back on here regardless. Like,
Yeah, and I guess if I end up just nosing this, it's not the end of the world.
no.
Like I try
I
and
think
just
with peel,
kiss
yeah.
it.
Or if you just straight peel this one.
Yeah.
Even if you touch this
Well,
up.
looking around, Denmark and China.
I think
Angelina Jensen and Denmark throwing those final stones. No stranger to the World Championship, a 2-time medalist. And Denmark trying to get through the hole, make the nose hit, and they will get a single point. So nice shot for the Denmark skipper. Lead 4-3 there. Well, Germany, Switzerland, Ina Felcher facing 3. First end had to make an outstanding draw to get 1. Here needs the hit and stick. Trailing 2-1 in the game. Ina Felcher, two-time world champion, part of that incredible Switzerland run. And she will hit, roll out, and jam. So it'll give a steal of 2 to Germany and a 4-1 lead. Germany had a strong first 5 yesterday against the US, but couldn't finish off the deal. Caitlin Laws trying that double and ends up pushing that one back.
So a good opportunity now for Japan to get a 2 back here. They just need to make sure they don't leave a double here.
Well, you see Yuna Kotani's numbers. That's for her tournament. She's played some games at second. Yesterday played third in their loss to Korea. Played 81%. Trying to just weld this one on the corner. Very nice.
Yeah, great shot there.
Right on the nose or hair high?
Yeah, I think they go.
Actually, yeah, I mean, hair high, yeah. Okay.
Feel?
Yeah. Sorry, I got off my hand too
No,
quick
that's
last
okay. I
time.
think the intern this time,
Yeah.
you?
I think it'll finish up the hair.
Yeah.
Caitlin Laws just going down to check out the angle so that she's clear in her head what she needs to do.
I'm gonna throw a hair more weight.
She could clear everything out here.
That's what they're looking for, trying to open things up. Caitlin Laws at 86%. Second among the thirds.
Great shot.
Those went a lot easier than I thought, hitting that on the nose. Thought they might have lost it a little bit.
They held that, actually, yeah. I like the way you threw it.
I told her I was throwing a little more speed on
I thought
that.
it was huge there, but I was...
They keep their shooter. They get rid of him. Well, hit, little roll to the wing. And we'll sit shot stone. But Canada position to try and get their force. Want to make the hit, want to roll to the other side. A fourth end to play here.
I'm throwing curve, right? Good? I think it'll curl. Yeah.
Jennifer Jones at 80% has been up and down in her last 4. And if the pattern holds true like she's playing right now, good numbers. That'll continue.
The local school children got the morning off to come and
Yes.
support Team Canada.
Been yelling all morning, but they're even more reason to cheer.
Good shooting. You held that, actually. I thought it was you.
Some of the Japanese supporters haven't had as much to cheer about so far this morning. You see 4-1 the scoreboard. A steal by Canada, a score 3 by Canada. Tori Kawana. It's a week of learning, a week of trying to get some experience as that one rolls off to the side of the 4-foot lie shot. Keep looking in on this game on sheet D. United States, Czech Republic, 2-2. Jamie Sinclair facing a couple Czech stones. And Jamie Sinclair's really quietly just gone about her week. There haven't really been much said throughout about this American team. Come in sort of under the radar. As much as a team that had the men's side win the Olympic gold. Comes in, draws down, gets their single point. A win there in the U.S. would clinch a playoff spot.
Isn't it loud though?
Jenna, we're just saying it's quite loud in here this morning with all the school children.
Yeah, it's a good crowd. Seen some great crowds here in the building.
It's always great to play a World Championship in Canada in front of a Canadian crowd. That's what everybody wants. Nice shot there.
Well, right on the nose for a single point. They get a score, but coming back from the 3, only get 1. They trail 4-2 after 4. So 4-2 the score. Starting the 5th end, our feature game, Japan and Canada. Japan still has aspirations of getting one of those final playoff spots. They need to win out. They can't afford another loss.
Yeah, and you know, Japan are sitting the same as Switzerland. Switzerland are double world champion. They would be expecting to be up in the playoffs. Whereas Japan are a learning team here, young and...
Slide over Denmark and China. Denmark gets 1 in the 3rd. Now here, last of the 4th. It's a hit against a couple. And a single point for China back, so 4-4. China has the same record, both Switzerland and Japan.
Needs to cross, Shannon. Keep going. Keep going. You got it. Go, 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 go.
Halfway guard, they come around to the top part of the rings.
Japan were looking just to half check the top yellow, but sweeper said it was heavy, so they brought it right round. So good positioning there on the forefoot.
Okay, room. Sweeper full A, top four. Back four. Coming down a bit. No.
Well, the 2-point lead, Canada will try and score multiple points, but at the same time, just scoring is important. Don't allow Japan to pick into that lead.
Girl, Don, what a shot.
Great shot from Don McEwen there. Not one touch with sweeping, just out of hand and
It's like
stop.
the stone was listening to Jen there. Curl, now stop. And turns out in a really good spot. Dawn's really picked up her game of late. She was a little bit off. She got a few of the stones that other players didn't want on the team and had to try and manage those. She's been solid all week long. 85% coming in, but for her to even pick it up even more, she's a valuable member of this team. Has been a part of 5 of the 6 trips to the World Championship for Jennifer Jones. Right down to the nose, but can Canada play a hit or tap them even?
Yeah, they wanted that to curl a wee bit more.
You like an 8?
Her weight was really good.
Yeah, you like throwing it a little quieter. I don't mind the 8 because I'd like this one to go. Try 8.5. I like 8. I like 8. 8, okay. You got it.
Well, not a bad result to have 3 of your counters spread around the house when you've got last stone. They won't be bothered that they did jam one of them. So Japan need to be a wee bit careful here. They can't afford to lose a big end now. They want to either force one or steal one here. Just hits that on the nose. Doesn't leave a double.
Still in second stones here for Shannon Burchard.
Great shot there. Canada lie 2.
Well, 1 win for Canada of their 2 today, and they get the top seed. Obviously, even more still unbeaten. Talked about the difficulty to go unbeaten and what it takes. Jennifer has been through that. She went unbeaten at the Olympic Winter Games, the only team to do that on the women's side.
So trying to draw right round all the cover. Needs to bury it though. And just sits out in the open.
We look at the standings. Canada, Sweden, and Korea have qualified. Russia is off here. USA with a win, they can qualify for the playoffs as they're playing the Czech Republic. China, Japan, and Switzerland need to win. They can't afford to lose another one.
So looking to just catch this on the nose. Yep, Canada live 3.
Oh, 10 down. 10.5.
Japan really need to move something here. Too many Canadian stones building up.
Well, playing with fire when you're leaving all of those around.
She could remove 2 of them here.
Well, it gets 3 of them going.
Hit all yellow stones in the house. The key thing is, has her shooter roll behind cover.
I think between those 2, it's protected.
If she had just made contact where she did, but with a bit more weight there, could have done a lot more damage.
What is it like? A third? No, a half is good. Do you like here? I'd like to try to stay.
Canada have got this raise on their own stone. Caitlin Lawes just playing a quiet wait to tap this back.
Well, they want to try and raise that one in, but it over curls on them, so there's a mistake. Looks like it is shot though in the top for Japan, or for Canada, pardon me.
Yeah, so Japan can now nose hit that and lie 3. How an end can turn around.
Just takes one shot. The double wasn't exactly where Japan wanted to hit it. It worked out good enough, and then got a mistake from Canada.
They would love to force Canada to their 1.
That's true. How to get there. You just lay the camera up like that.
中身に出てたからだと思うんだけど、曲がりそうだったら。
So Tori Koane just wanting to hit this on the nose. Does that nicely.
Yeah, and all well spread out. Canada can almost has to ignore it. The fact they have that other yellows in there and just try and draw in.
Yeah, they're all just in the 12-foot, the Japanese stones. Jennifer Jones can virtually ignore them and just come right round the cover.
The only other thing would be to nose that back one. Like with quiet weight, it probably stays right there. Back when I just don't know the ice to get there, so.
Just full 8, guys, just so you're shot.
Speed looks really good here.
Yeah, only need to be 8 foot to be shot, but key is here to be buried so that Japan can't remove it.
Line's good! Line's good! Line's good! Get it there! Just needs to finish! Right there! Hard, Dawn, you got it. Go! Go! Needs to curl, Lyle! Needs to curl. Finish it. Finish it.
Gonna have to pull this in to curl it. It's just not finishing.
Well, they're waiting. They didn't want to go too hard, take it deep. They want to leave room to score that second point.
So trying to pull it in at the end to finish it.
Finish it. Yep, you gotta go. Yep.
So Japan can see enough of that to tap it back.
And the guard's a bit longer too, so it allows for that. Talked about the guard wanting to be a little tighter earlier in the end. Here it's actually working in their favor. Tori's last without the hammer. 4-2 is the score, and this has a lot of ways to curl still.
Needs to draw.
Well, just threw a lot of weight at that. I didn't think they need to throw quite the weight and run straight, leaving an opportunity for Canada to score another multiple point end.
I thought that'd be like 2, guys.
They're sweeping to try and get the curl.
Yeah, she knows that. That was a great opportunity to lie 4 and really put the pressure on Canada for the first time in the game.
Well, it's on how do you miss? Do you the throw? Which way do you err? If you're going to be a little bit off, or are you going to want to be light? Do you want to be heavy? In that one, too much weight, too much ice. Leaves this open draw to the 8-foot for Jennifer Jones and Team Canada to score second point and have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, whoa. That's clean. Nice, Jen.
So the skips deuce in the 5th end as that one comes in. 2 nice draws from Jennifer Jones. They lead Japan now 6-2 after 5. Well, the first end and a well-played end by Team Canada, putting the pressure on, forcing Japanese skip needs to hit and roll. Try and roll this one to the button to get one, and it's right on the nose. But right back in the second, facing another multiple points out there for Canada. Tori Kawana needs to make the out-turn double. Forced to make a lot of difficult shots here. This one, she is right on the mark. Makes the double, sticks there for 1 to tie the game up. In the third end, after a miss hit, a questionable decision playing the hit for Japan, leaves Jennifer Jones the nose hit, an opportunity at the 3 to crack this one wide open. Right to it, and there's the 3 for the Canadian side.
Nice, good freezes, guys. Nice shot.
Well, keeping an eye, USA, Czech Republic. Kubeshkova line 1. The last stone here for the Czech Republic skip, the lefty thrower. The draw, 8-foot or better. Put this one in there to take the lead. Coming in there 1 game back of the U.S. U.S. win, they clinch a playoff spot. And that one comes right down in. It is 2 for the Czech Republic. They have a 4-3 lead after 5. Meanwhile, Germany, Switzerland. Binia Felcher has been chasing through most of this game. Just gave up the steal and Now with the hammer in 5, an opportunity to strike it big, make the hit. Two-time world champion. Of course, winning it in 2014, 2016. Just needs a chance. Just try and get into that second tournament, the playoffs. They have to win out. Hopefully things play out in their favor. And no problem. Hit, score 3. Just like that, they tie that game up. As we'll see here in all the scores in session 18. Canada, Japan, our feature game, 6-2 Canada leading. 4-4 in the 6th, Germany has the hammer. Denmark, a 1-point lead against China as they play in 6. And the US has the hammer in 6, down 4-3 to the Czech Republic. And here's the stats, our feature game, Japan, China, Canada, 6-2 Canada lead. Percentage tells the story, 91-80 overall, 92-89 in draw percentage, and 88-73 in hit percentage, with the 1 stolen point coming in the first end for the Canadian side. Well, come the end of the week, one of those teams will be hoisting that trophy. Last year was Rachel Homan and Team Canada, lifting it in Beijing, China. We're here in North Bay, Ontario, Canada. Ford World Women's Curling Championship. No team had gone unbeaten at a World Championship on the women's side and winning the title until last year. Rachel Homan went 13-0. Canada 10-0 right now. A win in this one or tonight, one or the other gets the #1 seed. As we see 90% for Arisa Kotana. Well, first one goes deep for Dawn McEwen. The corner guard still a little bit high.
Never Shannon, never Shannon. Wait, it's really running here. You're past the guard. No, not yet actually. Okay, you're past the guard. I don't want to. Should have maybe rubbed it, eh? No, it'll come off. Just yeah, it should be good. Good spot, Dawn. Put you through that. Okay. Okay.
So comes into the top of the 4-foot. A little bit of a pocket that can be used. So the 2 corner guards are in play. Canada's going to start peeling. Well, the peel will go just underneath the other one.
spread out.
Sorry, I was sliding.
Well, we are on the final day of round robin play. You see Mayo Ishigaki 70% below her tournament numbers. Well, trying to use anything in the rings. Thought they might try and play a little tap. They hit and roll underneath.
I like going this way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close, yes. Whoa, whoa. One back, whoa.
Well, peel it. And we'll get very fortunate. Clip that red one out in the side.
Shannon Burchard so close there to lifting the guard and the one off the button. Leaning to try and help it on its way.
Well, Canada and Jennifer Jones in all her trips to the Worlds and Olympics never lost to this Japanese country. 6-0, including a win in 2008 on way in the semifinal, on way to their only World Championship title. Well, this one open on the side, available.
Really hard. Hard.
Well, they're hoping to roll that one out. They didn't want to leave anything to freeze to behind that guard. Japan's going to try and use.
Okay, go.
88% Yuna Kotani.
With the corner guard being high, they really want to leave this quite high as well. Canada will to see enough of that to remove it.
Well, they'll go chasing after. It was a good effort by Kotani to get in behind. But with the length, the quiet weight, and teams being able to manage stones, the shot becomes much easier than it looks. Actually, a lot easier than you would think at a curling club too, because you're just getting such a nice gradual and then hard finish as well here on this arena ice surface.
Yeah, the ice has been great all week. Players love nice swinging ice to be able to bury behind guards. Working this one hard just to try and come in and freeze on top of it.
It's over curling.
Our weight was perfect as well for the freeze.
Same as you. Even if I jam it, we're going to stick around.
Yeah, exactly. Probably have a hair more than similar.
Don't have to chase it, but you don't want to leave those stones around.
Let's take a look.
It's a 4-point game. We play the 6th end. Japan trying to keep playoff hopes alive, coming in at 4-6. Canada trying to stay unbeaten, win their 11th game. Went 9-0 in the round robin. The 2014 Olympic Winter Games, won their semifinal, won the gold medal game. .98% on the game for Jennifer Jones. The way the pattern was of her last 4 games of good game, little bit of struggle, good game, little bit of struggle. She's due for a solid one and she's having it right now. Got to get past the front though first.
Oh,
won't. They catch the front. She missed her draw. The only little bit she missed was in the second where it ran straight on her, didn't curl in behind. This time, the complete miss touching the front. Can Japan take advantage now? That's the question. Play the double and try and roll it over. Do you freeze? Well, you've got to move them with 2 stones remaining.
Yeah, they can't be too clever here. But also they don't want their shooter to sit, leaving a double for Jennifer Jones. They're the shots Jennifer loves to play.
So need to try and set it up, make this double. Well, hits rolls over. Leaves that one in. That's a pretty flat double.
Yeah. Let's make sure we don't jam. Even if I hit and roll to here. I agree.
Yeah, because if Jennifer just knows that, Japan would have a straight race for 2. So ideally Canada would like to come off the inside of the red and just split their yellow over so that in the 4-foot they've got 2 yellows spread out.
Gotta make sure you roll full 8-foot, Shannon, so if she runs it, you know, to top 4, or roll right into it. Or I guess it's, yeah, Shannon's roll.
So key here is the roll with the shooter.
9.
Well, it's again playing the easier, the lower degree of difficulty, forcing your opponent to play the difficult one. Jennifer crashed on the guard on her first. Now wants the roll. Try and roll it in, lie 1-2. Does, but is the double, is it a nose hit now to score 2?
She was really unlucky. Fraction more of a roll to prevent the double.
Sorry, I didn't think it was bouncing on my face, so.
Well, now these are ones you need to make a chance to score 2. You don't get them very often, especially against this Canadian team the way they're playing.
Yep, she played a great first one to give her this chance.
So final shot here of this 6th end.
On this very early.
Can't touch their top one. And they will crash on the top. And it's going to be a steal of 2 by touching that top one. Chance at 2. Got it going. And it's 2 more for the Canadian side to increase their lead. Now 8-2 after 6. Look at this, just touched that top red, took enough steam off. Got both the yellows moving, but the shooter rolls out, the red rolls out, and those other 2 are counters.
Real good.
Well, a disappointing result in that last end for Japan. Ford World Women's Curling Championship, 8-2 is the score now, a steal of 2 on what could have been 2. A big swing instead of a 2-point game. It's now a 6-point game.
Yeah, massive turnaround. It's those key shots that just need to be made. You don't get second chances against Jennifer Jones. So when you get that one chance, you need to take it.
A lot of eyes on this Japanese squad after a bronze medal run by that country at the Olympics. Speaking of Olympics, the U.S. who won gold on the men's side, taking on Czech Republic here at the Ford World Women's Championship. Facing a lot of stones in the rings, and Jamie Sinclair, back-to-back national champion, but because of the way their system goes, didn't have enough tour points to play the Worlds last season. Lost the Olympic trials final. Now here at a World Championship. Not far from where she was raised, outside of Ottawa. We're in North Bay trying to get this one for a second point, and they just left it too long. It comes up short, and only 1 for the Americans.
Not fast out there.
They get a win. They are into the playoffs as they are all square now, 4-4. USA 6-4, Czech Republic 5-5. That game will determine a lot of things for numerous squads. A win by the US, they clinch a playoff spot. It would put them into the second tournament. A sudden death, do or die. How many more cliches can you use? As we see first stone in, centerline guard. Not where Canada wanted to put that. They wanted to bring that into the rings so that this appeal is a lot more, it's simpler. They didn't want to leave that guard. Well, they don't want to disturb things in there. They'll get away with that one. Peel to 1. Well, trying to use those stones. Draw right around, he'll chip off. Slide over to sheet C, Denmark and China. Zhang Yilun, Chinese skip, trailing 5-4 in the 6th. Opportunity to try and get another multiple point score. A back and forth game. Started with Denmark getting 3 in the first, but 3 right back by China. A chance for the second point. Shot stone belonging to China in the back. And this one comes right in. So 2 for China. They have the lead now. 6-5 after 6 ends. Oh, slide over Germany and Switzerland. Great draw by Danielle Jentsch on her first, and Felcher couldn't go through the middle port. Pinball between a couple and leaves a draw for 3. Oh, a big sweep to try and get this extra point by the German side. Josephine Obermann, Annalena Jentsch will get it in there for 3 for Germany. And a 7-4 lead after 6. All 3 teams with 6 losses in play this session. Can't afford to drop another one. Fall to 4 and 7. If they lose and the Czech Republic wins, then the playoff teams are all set. As we see the guard go up, we're over it with those updates. It was a mistake by Team Canada peeling that guard, actually ran it in and clipped it off their own, leaving Japan line 2.
But you want the out turn? I like the out turn, yeah.
Try and peel the guard, see if we can get one in the house at the same time. Well, run it back, get one of them, and we'll pick that back one off.
Great shot there from Caitlin Laws.
She has been doing quite the job clearing things up. Her and Shannon Burchard both playing in the 80s here in this game. But Yuna Kotani has had a heck of a game here. Her second game at the 3rd position, 81% yesterday, 90% right now. She's just 19 years of age, the older of the 2 sisters. Sister 17, still of junior age.
Yeah, great junior team there.
Now, put the old curse on her by saying having a good game, coming up short on that come around.
No, they really have a great tournament, stats wise, for their first time on the world stage in ladies. They've not been frightened by anybody they've played against.
You see the score here, it's 8-2, but they had shots for a few points at a few different times. definitely is Canada in control of this game. But a different call maybe in the third. They don't give up 3. They make the shot in that last end. It's 6-4. It is a closer game than the score would dictate.
Yeah,
Not
they've
getting
definitely built up opportunities for themselves. They've just not managed to capitalise and finish them off with some of them, but certainly giving themselves a chance. However, another great shot from Caitlin Laws there, hit and roll behind the guard.
Different options. They're trying to hit off that top one. You can get through the hole. And we'll pinball through the hole. Go top 12-foot.
Goes in for second shot. Opens up the shot, so it was a good option.
I think this will curl here.
They threw it quiet enough that they left options.
And that's what we've seen more and more of with this young team as they've progressed throughout the week. They've started adapting, you know, to play the quieter weights, to get a result, and just reading the game slightly differently. So learning all the time.
And that's what this entire trip here was. The results that they're getting are a bonus. They would have come and went 0-11, but they played 11 close games or learned something and got better through all those 11. It still would have been a success for this Japanese team. Pardon me, 0-12. It's a 12-game round robin. They're already better than that. They're 4-6 coming in. As we see Canada's Jennifer Jones make the hit, roll to the side. Well, first to Skip Stones facing 3.
It is wide open if she can get a roll in behind cover.
Well, just over curls, just quieter weight. They're unable to hold it. I'm sure Jennifer Jones has no problem nosing this one.
Ken, you're well done, yeah. Even if it's edge to edge, half dairy.
Well, Jennifer Jones makes the nose hit here. Leave a nose hit back for Shot Stone. And for Japan to get their 1 here in the 7th end. Well, we'll peel that one off.
Sorry, I just want to make sure I roll, but this runs so straight there. Still want to give it open pitch.
Well, it opens everything up. There's no hit for one. Got to play the draw for a single point here. Those 3 multiple scores you see on the scoreboard behind. Has Canada up 8-2 in this game. drawing down, want to get this one in to pick up the single point. Need to get this into the 8-foot. Ishigaki, Yuna Kotani, draw this one in a little bit further, get your single point.
Oh.
And
is it enough?
It is very close. I don't think so. I think it
might just be.
I think it's one yellow, looking at it closer.
Will we see a measure?
Yeah, they will measure it up. I'm going to go yellow.
Okay, I'll go red. I think it's... it depends what way the camera angle's looking at it.
Oh, disappointing. I wanted to try and make that one. Either way, it might be enough for them.
Last time we measured on the sheet, the rings were off, so I want to measure because I think it's really close. So we know. No, that's fine. Yeah.
So they will measure to see.
Oh, it's definitely red, look.
Getting the curse now. The official come, they'll measure the one, they'll spin it. The micrometer clockwise. Goes about the second mark there. Slide it around. And not even close. Rona's got the better eyes. It is a single point. They get it just far enough. So Japan get one. They make it 8-3.
There's like the pins closer that way. Because last time it was on this sheet. Oh, right. And we thought it was them, but it was us. We have to where the button went. So I was like, I couldn't remember which way it was. Good play. That's all right. Just jumped it. That's all right. That's all a little bit of curl.
Well, a good-looking crowd, a full house here at the North Bay Memorial Gardens. Ford World Women's Curling Championship as we get set for end number 8 of our feature game. Japan taking on Canada. Canada trying to stay unbeaten. And a win in this would clinch first place. And they would get the lower seed in the semifinals. We know that Sweden is also into the semifinals. Canada looking at a strong position to do that and get that victory here in this game. They'll play USA tonight. Be on a split day to wrap things up. There is the potential we could determine all the playoff teams here in this session. That being, if Czech Republic wins over Team USA, and China, Japan, and Switzerland all lose. As we look at lead comparison after 7 ends, not much to choose between the two. 93% for both leads.
Well, for Arisa Kodani at 17 years of age, coming in and playing the same stats as Dawn McEwen, who's a very experienced lead and multi-medalist. That's quite something.
Well, Dawn trying to tick that one over. pushes it off to the side, leaves that one out in front, but just off the center line.
Yeah, Japan just have to keep persevering with the guards. Try and force an error from Canada.
Putting another guard up there, we'll slide over Denmark and China. 7th end, and Angelina Jensen trying to battle back and forth game this one has been. Denmark looking to play spoiler, a loss by China would drop them to 7 losses. And facing Shotstone, no way to get 2 out of this one. Need to hit the 4-foot. And Angelina's really settled into a little bit of a comfort position in this event after the struggling early. They're right into the side of the 4-foot, get their 1, 6-6 after 7. Well, Germany and Switzerland. Germany line 2. Again, Switzerland unable to get anything going. The only end they had any offense was in the 5th. Binia Felcher trying to score her 1. Well, needs to hit and stick in the 8-foot or better. They will do better. They'll be in the 4-foot, so get 1. They're down 2 to the Germans in the 8th end. Again, China, Japan, Switzerland, all with 6 losses. They lose, and it's a Czech Republic win. The 6 playoff teams are set. That would clinch a playoff spot for Russia, USA, and Czech Republic. As the final 3, we know Korea, Canada, Sweden are in.
And there's still 2 round-robin games to go.
Be on placement. We see a lot of guards and then some peels here in our feature game. Comparison of the seconds, and Shannon Burchard, 82%. 75 of her opponent. And we'll peel that one off to the side. That's a real comfortable feeling now for this Canadian side. Trying to keep the Team Canada at the Women's World Championship winning streak going. Last year at the Worlds, both men and women went undefeated to win both World Championship titles. Brad Gushue and Rachel Homan. Brad Gushue will be in Las Vegas next week for the Men's World Championship. Jennifer Jones here trying to duplicate that of Rachel Homan's. Well, look at the mess of stones in the 4-foot. It is U.S. line 1, possibly 2. It's close. Anna Kubeshkova trying to go yellow onto that red, squeeze it back to bring 1 into play. Well, shooter rolls away, but they move that one back far enough. Get 1, so they're all now 5-4 up after 7 ends of play.
Keeping everybody in suspense.
Well, technical timeout. We have a loose handle here for Yuna Kotani. Well, they'll call an official over. So again, many playoff scenarios, but the one that would determine all the playoff teams, if a Czech Republic win, and China, Japan, and Switzerland all lose their games here this morning.
But then you've got if China win, if Czech Republic lose, so there's so many ifs and buts and maybes, isn't there? There's 2 rounds to go.
That's why it's easiest just to say that's the one scenario we'll talk about. The other ones, there's too many different ones to play in. And then it gets into head-to-head, draw shot challenge of who goes where, as you see. Ice Staff just tightening the handle. Bring the Allen wrench out, just tighten it on the bottom. Little rock maintenance. Likes to be handle maintenance, probably.
At least they don't lose time on their time clock. The clocks will stop while that's happening.
Yeah, if you're watching and you're wondering when a player will make the X with their arms, that's the technical timeout. So the timekeepers know that they can stop the clock and they don't use your own thinking time in order to... Either sometimes there's the eye on the hog, the lights don't flash, it doesn't activate, the battery's low. Or a stone, as we've seen twice this game, a loose handle. Sometimes the multiple hits or the jarring of the stones back and forth can loosen them. As we look at all the scores across the boards, Germany leading on sheet B 7-5 in the 8th, 6-6, Denmark and China all square in 8, and the US trailing Czech Republic playing the 8th end by a single point, 5-4. Run of the standings.
I know, it's potentially could be all over after this draw as to who the 6 teams are, but it could be a potential bun fight as well.
The US can clinch a couple different ways here in this session. Trying to play the double peel.
Great shot.
And they get that tight one. That was one that could be a little more dangerous to the Canadian side.
And there are still, 2 rounds left in the round robin, so it's... If it was all over after this session, it would be kind of disappointing in a way that there's not lots more to play for in the next 2 rounds.
2 more full slates of games as we look at the third numbers. Kotani dropped a little bit from a couple ends ago. Caitlin Laws just starting to round her game into form. 89%.
But even if the 6 do qualify after this round, in the next 2 rounds, they'll still want to win because it could affect their ranking position in that top 6. Obviously, the top 2 will go straight to semis, but it would depend who's 3, 4, 5, and 6 to play each other.
We do know the 1 and 2 teams that'll go straight to the semis. That's Canada and Sweden. Canada with a win in this game, if they can hold on, they'll clinch top spot. I mean, Sweden's number 2, and that gets Canada the lower seed coming into the semifinals. 2 quarterfinals will be 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5. Able to get that one.
Really nice weight.
Well, roll into the other side. There's not much try and do other than you can try and freeze it, give yourself a chance, maybe get a little miscue. Very quick in and out of the hack goes Tori Kawana. just loving every moment of being in here and very respectful of everyone associated with the event, and says hi, walk through the halls, you say hi, and very just loves to be here. Everyone loves seeing it and the smile. That one comes up short of the freeze. Weight wasn't too bad, but just that little lighter weight over curls.
I'd like to make sure if anything we're behind this one, even if we give her a freeze, like even if we're back here.
This is a very too.
Oh yeah. I guess we could bury it. I just don't want to give her this. I'd like to save it more.
Yeah.
I guess I got the. I'm thinking here.
I like that. To do lots.
Sweet for the tea. If you're gonna err on anything, I'd rather it be back four. I don't want to give her something to come off of. But I think this is sliding good here. I think it's just going to this side. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it's good.
What do you guys have on hers?
The one that was top 12.
That she just threw right now.
I got a 14.7.
Yeah, that's what yeah. So I think this is good. I think I could. You need full 8.
Well, that tells you the story. 91% for Jennifer Jones, 73 Tori Kawana.
Line is quite tight.
Got room. Waist close.
Line's
Room,
good.
let it work. Line good.
Would like to lie to,
Waist really good.
T-line. Looks over.
be in a position that it doesn't leave a freeze to their yellow as shot stone.
T-line. Chin does hard, clean, line straight.
Whoa,
Yep.
whoa.
Yep. That's good. That's good. We're buried. Nice shot.
Yeah, really well placed.
Yeah, using the guard.
Good, nice, Jen.
Well, might be able to see a little bit. Try and play the hit and roll. The only thing is the weight you need to throw, looking at that angle there. He's got to roll. Long ways to get over there. I don't think you'll actually get over behind it.
Yeah, really difficult situation here for Japan.
あと置くとこないもんね。
You're 5 down in the game, you're facing 2. There's not really a good shot for you to play
なんか
here.
半分にかぶる感じ。フリーズすればワンになるって感じ。
The only option really is to come down and just tap the one that Canada's just played.
でシーンだと
Lie short.
相手がワンだから。
Or if you corner freeze it, does it go on to the other yellow? Is that?
I think it would go behind it.
ちょっとあるよ。ちょっとあるよ。
Well, got to execute the shot here first.
8。見てるよ。後ろ。
Nothing yet.
It's got a long way to draw.
Ishigaki, Yuna Katani. Come down,
Come round it.
come around and sit for a shot. Wow,
Plan B.
that's not bad. It's shot stone. It almost wrapped around the stone. Just a couple feet ahead.
Wow. Can't see much of that. You can see enough because Jennifer Jones doesn't need to move it far. So even if she does catch her own top yellow, she can roll in for shot.
I don't think she will overthrow this one. But
So, like, is there enough to hit it, kick it?
Yeah. I mean, you've got a thin half. Like, if you feel good about the spot, then definitely. But I don't mind you throw similar me to sweep it
Yeah.
for the tap.
I like this, Jen.
Yeah, just back 4. If we come off
Like you said, Rona.
we'll get 1. So.
Yeah.
Jen just said the same thing. Come out over curl, you chip off your own, get your one. you have a 5-point lead in the game. 8th end, score 1. Probably be good enough. So the final shot here, 8th end for Jennifer Jones.
Oh, she must have been slightly tight at release, just telling them never to stop sweeping.
Now Burchard and McEwen.
It is over curling. Will she even get one out it?
No, she's going to over curl completely, and it's going to be a steal of 1. Just, I don't think ever got out there. And it's a steal of 1, and now a 4-point game. Canada gives up the steal, heading to the 9th end. Japan trailing 8-4.
Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm sorry. Should have just picked it. I was soft.
一番のガードうまかったから、ちょっと滑ってる、使ってるとこだけ、そうでもないとこはちょっと重いよね。だけ。結構止まったなと思って。ちょっとありそう？ありそうだったら3まで引っ張りたいけど。2本。いや、そこまでじゃないの。前にしよう。そう、17。
Dawn McEwen, try this tick shot. Gave up the steal, a great draw. Juana able to get in behind and got the mistake. There, tick shot. Nicely done as we'll look at USA, Czech Republic, 5-4 Czech Republic lead. Had a force set up until a rollout. First of Skip Stones, and now Jamie Sinclair trying to take advantage. Chance to take 2 back, and a 1-point lead, trying to score multiple points in the even ends. No problem for Team USA. Jamie Sinclair, a 6-5 lead. They're through 8 ends of play. Both those teams sit in playoff positions right now. China sitting just on the outside looking in. Looks like they can move this one through. Chance at 4 possibly, maybe 3 if they might lose one of their own in the process. Zhang Yilun well, get by everything. You're able to avoid the jam. They do, and it is for 4. So China breaks that one wide open, up 4 now. Was previously tied, now 10-6. Finally, Germany, Switzerland. Germany trying to eliminate any chance for Switzerland and playoff hopes. Daniela Jentsch the out turn, has a tap back on this one. Daniela and her team played quite well last couple games. Yesterday, tough loss to the States. Daniela 95% on the game. By the front, wow, great sweep. Tap it through.
Oh, great shot.
Look at that for 3 and a 10-5 lead, doubling up Switzerland.
Yeah. Only 2 wins this week so far for Germany. They'll be disappointed with that.
But they are playing this one out. They're not letting anyone have that easy game. This more like the team they expected to see from Daniela Jensen. Wonder maybe a little more pressure on themselves coming in than they needed to, and got off to a rough start, and sometimes start slowly.
Yep, and when the pressure's off and you're just playing for yourselves, then sometimes that's when you start winning games. It's too late to progress in the competition.
Well, look at that, killing one of the side ones. 2 tick shots made by Dawn McEwen. Double peel, Shannon Burchard. And a nice showing for Team Canada, especially putting Shannon Burchard into the lineup.
And how does it work in Canada? Look, with the obviously at the trials, Jennifer brought in Shannon to replace Caitlin. How does it work with different provinces, and how's the ruling on the number and the team?
Well, the national championship's based on the province or the region that live in. Jennifer Jones, her team plays out of Manitoba. You can have one player on your team out of province, and then actually, if this team's sake, it's Jennifer Jones, who's since moved to Ontario, living with her husband Brent Lang. So she's the out of province. They had to bring someone from Manitoba to the national championship, and that was Shannon Burchard, who was at the provincial championship there as well, and making the playoffs as another skip.
So even if she's played the provincials for Manitoba, she can still then go to the Tournament of Hearts with another team. It doesn't exclude her.
Yeah, she can still go with another team, especially in this odd year with the Olympic year, with a player having to leave to go to the Olympics. And Canada's had that ruling where if you're in one discipline, you couldn't play the other from Olympics in both, unlike the US, who had Becca and Matt Hamilton, who played both mixed doubles and then men's and women's. It was a long haul for him, but I'm sure Matt wasn't that tired at the end.
No,
Probably
I'm
tired
sure.
now after an Olympic gold medal.
I'm sure he wasn't tired at all.
But if at that point they could have, after Canada, Jennifer Jones won the Canadian Championship, would have been disappointing if they didn't bring Shannon as their 5th with Caitlin back, but they could have picked anyone. They could have went to anyone as an alternate going to the World Championship.
Okay, I did not time that. I didn't get it.
I don't think there was really even a discussion of it not being.
I'm just wondering if it's like getting
No.
your hair slower. I think it should be close. Okay. To Caitlin.
That would have been tough because it's not this one game Shannon came in to replace Caitlin. You know, it was a whole tournament, and obviously played very well that week. So it would be hard to overlook her, not to bring her here as 5th player.
Definitely not it was a name that maybe some people in the curling world hadn't heard before or known of. Obviously Jennifer knew and was quick to ask her along. You're playing in this game, and I would suspect play this evening as well.
Sorry. Okay.
Caitlin drawing around to the wide side. Just don't think they want it to be there. They want it to be in front of the T line.
Yeah, now giving Japan something to freeze on. Or even if Japan stop top tee, cause Canada a bit of a problem. However, the centre is wide open for Jennifer Jones, so she'll be more than happy.
Well, a 4-point lead. She just wants to score now. 5-point lead might be enough to to seal this one.
Now she's round the guard. Is it going to overcurl and not be shot? It has.
Just.
Canada lie shot.
Looks like minimum ice for sweeping weight, so just stay close.
%, on 5 draws today. You would think she would make this one okay.
Just threw in this similar path.
Gotta go then. Hard line too. Hard for everything. Hard! Easy, just believe. Gotta go. Hard line!
Well, they want to get into lie 1 too.
Okay, whoa. Okay.
Well, they close it in. They can't really do much with it now, getting in behind, and actually will act as a bit of a guard. So skip stones.
Canada don't want to get into a guddle of stones when they are 4 up in the game, but at the moment we're way out to the side there. Not really much of a threat to Canada. The whole 4 foot's wide open. So a chance for Japan to come right round that shorter one of Caitlin Laws in 12 foot and freeze the one at the back. Tori Koana just encouraging this one to get it past the top one. Just rubs off it.
Just a little bit. I don't know how aggressively Jennifer Jones will go to play that double.
You're never going to play it aggressive and you're just going to open this up. What about if we go here? Sure. Yeah, as long as I get somewhat behind, it's hard to make the double, right? The only thing would be to just peel that off. But I think I like this.
You could always just try and go this way too.
What if I just go even here?
Yeah.
Like if I take enough ice, right?
Yeah. Edge to edge.
Well, here's the question. If you rip at that one that was just thrown, even if you jam it on your own, you still have a draw to the 4 foot to score your one and probably game over.
She freezes the back and then I draw the 8 foot. I don't mind this. Do you guys?
Yeah.
Top
I
four?
got a 14-3 on hers. I thought it was heavy. It looked heavy half. I got
She was soft. So.
Yeah, I mean, if they
Like bite before?
come round here,
Yeah, I think so.
8
like
foot,
I'm trying to go edge to edge.
they lie
I just
too.
don't wanna
Really
give
puts
her
the
a
pressure
double
on to
stay.
Japan.
Like, if we can get around, that's fine too. I've got plenty of ice, so.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to go top 4. This one, well short. Still, shot stone for Canada. Back, just biting back 8 foot.
You thought it was light, eh?
Last couple of draws, Jennifer's coming up. Short. Is that a case they get to a point in a game where the scoreline is, there is quite a gap and you just lose a bit of focus, relax a bit.
Yeah, and especially the score, knowing where you're at. Keep you up to date. 9th end and Binya Felcher down 10-5. The outturn draw facing again multiple stones. Long way back. They can't really afford to lose this game, but giving up the 3 spot in the 8th to go down by 5. Just drawing this one in. That was against 2. And that is handshake, so it is final. And that will drop Switzerland to a 7th loss. The 2-time world champs does not look like they'll be in the playoff picture this year around in 2018. Tori Kawana comes in, gets shot stone. Get another look at it. Try to wrap this one around. Made a great draw with her shot there to force Jennifer Jones to go around. Made a great draw in 8. Got a steal.
Yep, she's saying, I'm not going away. I'm going to put the pressure on you.
That Germany gave an impressive performance. 96% on the game for Daniela Jentsch. That she'll be quite happy with that performance.
Yeah, she'll be wishing she'd had that earlier on in the week, but at least it's come.
Well, Germany will finish things up against China tonight. So
sweeping this one hard. Can they get it there for shot? Looking pretty good.
Got to drag this one to the forefoot. Do they have enough to get it there? It will come up short. So back-to-back draws short for Jennifer Jones. And another stolen point by Japan. Now 8-6. Japan hanging around, 8-5, heading to the 10th end.
いいと思う。ただちょっと重いね。なんか全体的にちょっと伸びない。伸びない。
Well, 3 straight singles for Japan. Canada off the gas pedal a little bit, missing their last shot in the last 2 ends. So we will play 10. Japan, a 3-point deficit. They'll need to try and steal 3. Decision, do you play 2 corners, try and get a couple in there, force Team Canada to throw against 3. They'll look to put the centerline guard. We'll start with a long center guard, pardon me. I'm sure we'll see Canada will come around and we'll take a look over USA, Czech Republic. 6-5, the US get 2 and 8, so that 1-point lead. Anna Kubishkova has a hit, and has a catcher to roll to as well, facing 3, or even 4, and will make that to score 1, so they are all tied, playing 10 over on sheet D. Again, big game for the 6-loss teams. That is China, who are up 10-6 over Denmark. Angelina Jensen will look to make this double, try and score 2. Cut it into a 2-point lead. And 1, get the second, kick it out, keep your shooter. There's the deuce on the double for Denmark. So 10-8 playing the 10th end there. And while Japan, the other team, with 6 losses. Canada put theirs top 8 foot. I think Jennifer Jones changing her, might play this a little differently than you would in a 3-point lead, treating it maybe like a 10th end where you're 1 up, or even a tie game. Bring a second one into the rings, not play the tick shots. It hasn't worked the last couple. They get in there first, force Japan to make a few more difficult shots.
Yeah, Jennifer saying, let's get it sealed up before I play. Not leave the 4-foot open for the skip. She just struggled with her draw weight the last couple of ends.
And sometimes maybe you just turn your mind off a little bit, thinking, okay, we'll just get her 1, and then this one's over. You're not really trying to generate anything.
Yep, and Japan will certainly not give up at all. They're relishing this experience of playing Canada, in Canada, in front of a home crowd.
Well, they actually had it a few times throughout the week, and every player's got the bio. Some have sports heroes and that. You see some tennis players, other sports and things like that, golf. For Kawana, it's Russ Howard, and he's here. Mentioned it throughout the week. He's actually went down, gave him a little pep talk, and said, go and have fun. High five for the whole team, and they're all smiles. And it's fun to see the different eras of the game and the generations that come down and talk. I see with you, Rona, and people coming up and being able to talk to an Olympic gold medalist, and just you see the excitement that is there. They look up to, and then finally be able to meet someone that they idolize is something that's fun to see. I'm sure it's fun for you to see people looking up to you.
Yeah, absolutely. A great draw around there. Wow, right onto the button.
Well, Canada's going to peel now. They have those 2 in front that they may have to use later on to try and run back. That worked out really well.
Very well.
Was not how they wanted to hit that one, but
she got away with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do nicely.
We're just looking for the double peel, but things have gone against the Canadian side the last couple ends. There they get one. If you're Japan, you score okay, well.
Okay, Japan just think, I've still got 2 guards, so let's get around them.
It's an unfortunate break. Sometimes those are disappointing to see. Just trying to keep this one moving. They get in there. Second shot.
Just try and peel this one again. This one only.
Well, just the single peel. That one up front is a little bit higher and off the center line. 90% for Shannon Burchard.
Please. Hey, Shannon. Good.
Happy with that one.
ちょっと難しいけど。通るか。間通る。バックしてもいいよ。バックライン。通るか。そうすればこれで1個は残る。間通すの？うん。バックラインですよね。ちょっと幅詰めてるよ。うん。T8 ぐらい。オッケー。フリーズ。オッケー。バウンドしてもいいよ。うん。
working this one hard. Just bounces off. That was unlucky. Canada can remove both of these now.
Throw this hard to try and roll as well a little bit.
The out turns easier off that guard.
I like the out. Even if I dead jab, that's okay, right? This should run. Oh, no, 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 no. Clean. Whoa, clean. Whoa.
Well, trying to make them both go away.
Perfect. And guards the shot.
So Canada lies 3. 3 stones remaining for Japan.
Yep, and they need them all.
Yeah. I was just like, I didn't set it, it stayed right where I threw it.
Certainly got a very bright future, this young Japanese team in the ladies' game and the junior game.
I was going to say, once they get out of junior age, will definitely help Japanese curling and also push that Olympic bronze medalist team in Satsuki Fujisawa that not given a spot every year. They're going to be challenged.
This can't hit it high side, so if anything, I'm going to make you see.
Got Anasawara as well, another team that's played in Olympic Winter Games. Who they beat in the final to get to this World Championship.
So just hit this red anywhere out the rings.
Well, make this one go away. And that will do it. That puts it in the books. The Canadian victory, they just clinch top seed heading into the playoffs. They know they have a bye. They have one more round robin game as they stay unbeaten. 8-5 the final. Canada now 11-0. Japan, 7th loss. Looking like one too many to make it into the playoff round. But hung in there in this game. Well, that one ended. We'll go quickly over to sheet D now. USA, Czech Republic.
You can get there through the hole.
We are 3 stones remaining. USA with the hammer. A 6-6 game.
Coming this way, what kind of weight? Hack? Yeah. Time?
Team USA will call a timeout now.
I like hack. Stick right there and make her outdraw it.
This is the line score here, so trading deuces early, then Czech Republic took the lead
right
after
back,
5, bouncing back
she's
and
gotta
forth,
make
but the deuce in 8
And we should have the ability to follow
allows
her
the
down
US
and
to
bump her,
have
or we're
control in
sitting
this
shot
10th
already.
end.
Yeah. Got a thick half from the half. And if we move that, it's pretty good. Yeah. And Mon threw the hacks here. They ran nice. Yeah. I mean, you can get hack and get a little inside nose. I agree. Okay. I think in hack, try and just cross it. No, hack, wait, just through the port. Through the port, cross nose, little inside nose on the back one. Or we try the run. Right. Unless I make the run, but if I just straight peel, she guards it and I have to draw on the top and button. Yeah. If I play this hack weight, even if I split the guard, the place is open. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do. Stick right there. Stick right there. Yep. What do you think? Like similar to her. Similar to hers, yeah. I think that looks good. She was pretty light in the second one. It's kind of hard to throw too much, so.
Well, the cheers by the Canadian crowd for the victorious Jennifer Jones winning another one.
What? Okay. Yours came down to like back line though. Yeah. Okay.
So big shot now, try and get through the hole. You want to get to nose. Vicky Persinger, Monica Walker, and they just touch it. Worst case scenario there, touching the front. If you're gonna miss it, you had to make sure that you crashed on the guard hard. Needed to stay on. They could have afforded to roll away. Now the Czech Republic will call their timeout. Well, beside them, final shot here, chance China to pick up a victory. Keep hopes alive of the playoffs. They need to win. A hit here, make one of these two red Denmark stones go away. Zhang Yilun. And we'll do that, so that will pick up the victory for China, as it'll be one for Denmark, but 10-9 the final, so China moves to 5-6. They could be tied for a playoff spot with Czech Republic, or one game out. They'll play Germany in their last game.
V podstatě, když to bych jí nenahrála. A jak jí nahraješ?
Zůstane venku.
Tím gádem jakoby nikdy ji nenahrajem prostě.
A nebo zůstaneme na 4 z téhle strany a ona má hit úplně easy, že?
No, tak zase, když zůstaneme na 4, tak ona ten hit zase, tak jako ona bude muset...
Ne, jako na 4 z levý strany, víš. A jako necháš to celý volby.
To je jedno.
Kdyby se líbilo, kdyby si hrála draw, to, co si hrála v podstatě.
Na 6.
Normálně
Klidně
na 6.
jako na double.
Normálně úplně k němu.
Kdyby tam nebyl guard, tak klidně na double.
Viděla jsem.
Jo.
Máš 3 minuty, takže klidně můžeš ještě přemýšlet.
Well, a tie game, how do you go about it? Where do you go? You want to force her to try and play that same shot through the hole? Come down, you'd like to just bite top of the button. Enough so that Sinclair tries the hole again. She can't nose it to win the game. She'd have to play something else. Well, they want to come top button. Anna Kubiskova. Big scrub, take it as far as you can. Get it right down, over curls a little bit and leaves the button open.
It does, it's just left that button available.
It's not much, but the button is there.
That's
US,
all the skip wants.
US wins. They clinch a playoff spot.
Similar to what it's been?
Massive game for both these teams.
Okay. Sorry.
Czech Republic.
Right on tee, guys. Okay.
were unlucky there not to bring that shot or to leave it on the centre line to block the draw.
The one that's on the 4 foot.
Yeah. Remember the drive?
Might just smoke that, they both go.
But we're
And
not
our counters.
shot.
We're not?
I don't think we are. We can take a look at it.
We don't sign.
Okay. I think the last speed you threw this way.
You don't want to be getting in the hack thinking about two different shots. Seeing they don't have time in their time clock to go back and discuss it.
They've used their timeout as well. It's not a gimme either, that other shot to play weight through the hole.
Line's good.
Put this one on the button. They just saw this path.
Line's good.
Clinch a playoff spot with the win.
Our lines
Got a curl, guys.
coming now. Sweepers are happy with the weight.
Oh, it just needs to curl. Catch the button, come down, touch the button, curl up to the button. Weight just a bit heavy, and it will be a steal. The Czech Republic steal away the win. So they move to 6-5. Drops the U.S. to 6-5.
And USA still have Canada to play.
Pressure packed game. U.S. now must win tonight. With 2 sessions remaining. That's a big win for the Czech Republic, who play Japan this afternoon. Well, our feature game, Canada winning against Japan, got up big early, held off a late charging Japanese squad. How did we get to that point? Japan, Canada. Let's look 5th end. And after a miss by Japan, leaves a chance here. Draw for a 2nd point. Chance to take a 6-2 lead after 5. And Jennifer Jones and Team Canada were right on the mark there, right to the top of the button. And in 6. Chance here, Jennifer rolled to a spot that left a double for Japan. Now, need to take advantage, full advantage. But started it out of her hand. Tori Kawana can't touch the red. And that's what they do. They touch the red, losing steam, giving up the steal of 2 to Canada, and a big 4-point swing. The 7th end not able to get anything set up, forced to draw for a single point is Kawana. And Team Japan left it late. Did they leave enough? That came in very close. I took a measure. It is 1 red, so they do get their single point in 7. But in 10, being down 3, Team Canada runs Japan out of stones. So an 8-5 Canadian win. Canada clinches top spot with that win and stay unbeaten. And this is how session 18 finished up. Canada winning that one 8-5, as you saw. Germany knocks off Switzerland 10-6, while China 10-9 winners over Denmark. And Czech Republic steals the win against Team USA in a crucial playoff positioning game. This is where we stand right now. Canada, Sweden are into the semifinals, while Korea's in the playoffs. Russia 6-4, Czech Republic and the US both at 6-5. China, still, that's where the playoff line sits. Chances of making the playoffs at China at 5-6, then Japan and Switzerland 4-7, Scotland 3-7, Denmark and Germany at 3-8. Italy rounds it out at a 2-9 record.
Well, Jennifer, 11 straight wins, qualified #1. How does that feel?
Feels awesome. As you start the week, you just want to qualify for the playoffs, and as we were having a good week, we really wanted to try to get into that semifinal, and we did, and to qualify 1 is just a bonus.
And obviously Shannon was a key member of your team to qualify to get here. How important was it for you to give her a full game this week?
We really, really wanted to have Shannon in. She worked so hard at the Scotties and really helped us out of a bind and played so well. So we were really hoping to do that, and she just played great today.
And you've got your families here this week. Saw them hanging over the barrier. How much of a bonus is that between games to distract you from the focus of curling?
It's great. All of our kids kind of just showed up in the last couple of days, so it's great for us for them to experience what a World Championship is all about, and hopefully they'll have memories of their mummies curling for Team Canada, and it always gives you great perspective for sure as a competitor.
Well, congratulations and good luck in the rest of the week. Thank you.
Well, the top seed into the playoffs, Jennifer Jones and Team Canada. 2 more sessions. Myself, Luke Coley, Rona Howie, entire crew. Thanks for watching the Ford World Women's Curling Championship.